Like most kids my age in 2010, I loved Legos. I literally consumed every bit of Lego content I could, from the shows to the Lego movie when that originally came out, to the video games and this specific Lego Club disc that I got in the mail. I don't remember where I put it, but I remember having it, and rewatching some of this stuff is so nostalgic. Anyway, there's one movie I'm missing, and that's Clutch Powers. I remember watching this a ton when I was little. I remember the jokes being funny and the characters having great chemistry, so I wanted to revisit it to see if I was justified in liking it, or if I'm just too jaded as an adult to appreciate it. Let's see. The movie starts in a mine, and we're introduced to the man, the myth, the legend, Clutch Powers, who's so cool and awesome that he works alone. He's looking for power crystals, which are Lego City's power supply. He takes a big one, and this giant rock monster gets mad at him and chases him. He fights it with his own giant mech, and these fight scenes feel like they're just trying to sell me Lego sets, which this movie never had. Turns out the crystal he took was the rock monster's baby. For returning the baby, he's given a power crystal, and we're immediately given a montage of Clutch driving through the city saying hi to all his fans and disobeying traffic laws. One thing I'll give this movie is that all the animation in this city sequence looks like actual Legos. A problem I had with some of the games that came out around this time is that they just had random backgrounds that didn't fit the Lego aesthetic, but whatever. Clutch goes into Lego headquarters, where he's shown to be an explorer, to meet with his boss, who introduces him to his new team, and they all take turns jumping out of this Mario warp pipe. There's Brick, the tough firefighter, Peg, the mandatory female character and the only woman credited on the cast, and Bernie, the clumsy engineer. We then get exposition into the conflict of the movie on a prison planet which holds three of the most evil criminals. They got a distress message from there, and the team has to go and see what happened. But they keep fighting and bickering, and Brick's only problem, and the reason he's fighting with Peg, is because she's a woman. It is actually insane.
Never send a girl to do a man's job!
And Bernie is desperately trying to get Peg's attention because he has a crush on her. Throughout this movie, Peg is the only person who actually communicates with everybody else on the team. She's the glue, and we don't really get a ton of other dynamics. We don't really see Clutch with Bernie, Brick with Bernie, and more. It all just happens through Peg, and I don't really know how the guys would normally interact with each other, because the movie doesn't give me that. Kind of a weird nitpick, I know, but we see Peg go up to Clutch, and he tells her about his father who disappeared before finishing one last mission. Through this one conversation, we get a reason for why Clutch acts so singular and doesn't want to be part of a team. It's a solid conversation that's kind of necessary for this plot, but it's way too on the nose for me personally. They explore the prison, and we depart from all the Lego animation for some awful CGI backgrounds. Yeah, while we're fighting, three shadows come up to them and mess with them, leading to them taking the team's ship and escaping. Clutch then builds a new ship out of Lego parts on the ground, and they're introduced to Malik, a wizard and the main villain of the movie. We're given more exposition setting up the way to defeat him with this golden sword, and the sacrifice some king made years ago, but his creation spark went extinct, which means he died. So they go to the planet to see his son, the prince, but there's this crazy Evil Dead style long shot introducing us to Malik's castle. They got some comic relief skeletons, Skelly and Bones, who I love. They are so stupid, it's amazing. They explain that they tried to find the prince but lost the castle because they're stupid, and it's a Malik versus Clutch plot in pursuit of the prince. The whole subplot with the team is that they build a battle cart and Peg finds a dragon, which shows up later in the movie. Otherwise, their plot is not important. Skelly and Bones set a trap for Clutch that fails, showing that they're incompetent. Clutch then tries to cross a bridge, but is jump scared by a troll who eats him and then beats the hell out of Skelly and Bones. The troll runs away and goes into this giant fake wall, and the skeletons have no idea what happened. Hogar the troll throws him up, and they go into the castle to meet the prince. Hogar talks to Clutch and gives him even more exposition on what Malik wants, and tells him why he's fighting, implying Lego racism. He then introduces him to the prince, who's a terrible fighter. He tries to teach Prince Varen how to fight, but he does not listen to Clutch's words. When they're about to finally attack, Prince Varen shows up and fights alongside him. There's a huge final battle where Varen and Clutch fight their way into Malik's castle. Malik tempts Clutch, showing him his dad, and traps him in this cage thing. This final battle honestly goes on for way too long, and Malik only summons his skeleton army like halfway into it. Skelly and Bones kill Uncle Morty. I love them, man. They're so funny. Malik then demands the golden sword for Clutch and Varen's life, and Hogar delivers it because he made a promise to Varen's father that he'd protect his son. But there's nothing in it. Malik then tosses Hogar 30 miles, and Clutch and Varen try to break out.
Lego.
Don't you see what he's trying to tell us?
Buy Lego product, spend money on Lego.com. The team locks in and saves Clutch so he can get the golden sword. Skelly and Bones are gambling, by the way. God rest their souls, bro. They get the sword, and Varen doubts his ability, so Clutch gives him words of encouragement. Malik then tempts Clutch again, promising him that he'd see his father again. Clutch knocks the crystal ball over, and Varen gains his confidence to defeat Malik. He reflects a bunch of lasers at him before just shooting him. All the skeletons die, die and the good guys win. Woohoo! Bogart destroys the wall and Varen is now the kid. It's alluded to that Clutch's dad is still alive, and we end the movie setting up the next one. Yeah, I guess this is supposed to be a trilogy, but they just never made the next two. There are moments where they allude to different moments that are supposedly still coming. I remember hearing rumors about the second one, but it just never came to fruition. It's sad because the series had potential, exploring different planets, all with a different theme and characters that are fun and likable. There's a lot of charm here, even if it is just one big Lego commercial. Not a bad thing, but I think we can all agree that this was essentially a prototype for the Lego movie that came out 4 years later. There's a lot of similarities here, I'll be so honest. Something that's crazy is that Clutch appears in Lego Ninjago, not just as a cameo. He's like a recurring character with multiple appearances. He's voiced by a completely different guy than he is in this movie.
What? Give me that!
This is Professor Powers.
Now, I haven't seen Ninjago since season 2 wrapped up, so that's a video for a different day. I just wanted to revisit a movie I grew up with, and I'm shocked at how entertaining it is. I can still sit here and nitpick all of it, like how Malik doesn't really have a character and doesn't have any traits other than the fact that he's evil, or the serious lack of multiple female characters, but I'm not expecting cinematic brilliance from the Lego Clutch Powers movie. Like, it's a movie made for kids to sell Legos. I think it does what it's set out to do. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Yurda Payne and CG Vibin for being continuous members, and I'll see you in the next one. I watched this right after Evil Dead Burn, so my letterbox looks like this, and I think it's hilarious.